AI, generational player, Hall of Famer, says he's averaged 43 points per game in today's low defense.
Impact on the game on both ends of the floor. Blazers trying to take over offense and gets the bounce.
You name me another guy with the heart he had every night. He used to wear hockey pads. You know the pads that go, you guys probably want them too, the pads that go.
Body of the bigger Radmanovich eliminates the shot blocking ability.
They branded him a rebel before they ever called him a legend. Before the ankle-breaking crossovers, before the cornrows became a cultural staple, before he torched the Lakers for 48 points in Game 1 of the 2001 Finals and stepped over Tyronn Lue in a moment that became eternal, Allen Iverson was something the NBA wasn't ready for. A force too raw, too real, too defiant. At barely 6 feet and 165 pounds, he wasn't just a player. He was a revolution, shaking a league obsessed with Polish and conformity. His story isn't just about basketball, it's about a relentless fight for respect, waged against a world that tried to define him before he could define himself. Iverson didn't step into the NBA to fit in. He stormed in like a hurricane, loud, unapologetic, and impossible to ignore. Fans in Philadelphia's arenas felt the electricity the moment he touched the ball. His wiry frame, weaving through giants with a handle that seemed to bend physics. But to the league's gatekeepers, he was a problem. A black kid from the streets of Hampton, Virginia, with tattoos, baggy clothes, and an attitude that screamed, "I'm here! Deal with it!" His fight for respect started long before he laced up his Reeboks. Rooted in a life where survival was the first victory. Born into poverty, raised by a single teenage mother, Anne, who was just 15 when she had him, Iverson grew up in Hampton's public housing, where lights and water were luxuries, not guarantees. By high school, he was a two-sport prodigy, a quarterback with a rocket arm and a point guard with a magician's flair. Fans at local games buzzed about the kid who moved like he was dodging fate itself. But the system didn't see his talent the way it saw his skin. In 1993, at 17, Iverson's life nearly derailed in a Hampton bowling alley. A brawl broke out, details clouded by grainy footage and conflicting stories. 4 black teens, including Iverson, were arrested. Charged as adults with maiming by mob, a relic of Jim Crow laws, he was sentenced to 15 years. No one else from the white crowd faced charges. He served 4 months before clemency from Governor Douglas Wilder, but the headlines had already painted him. Troublemaker, not star. That label clung like a shadow. Georgetown coach John Thompson saw past the headlines, offering Iverson a scholarship that was more than a chance. It was salvation. Thompson, a black icon who'd faced his own battles, became a father figure, giving Iverson structure and a stage. At Georgetown, AI's game exploded, his speed and heart leading the Hoyas to national prominence. Insert archival footage of Iverson's Georgetown crossover. Fans marveled, but critics still whispered, too flashy, too reckless. Was he a prodigy or a liability? In 1996, the Philadelphia 76ers took him number 1 overall, the shortest top pick ever. Entering a league still basking in Michael Jordan's glow and wary of hip-hop's influence. Iverson didn't adapt. He doubled down. Cornrows, tattoos, throwback jerseys. He brought the streets to the hardwood. His rookie season was a declaration. He crossed over MJ himself, not once but twice in one possession, leaving the GOAT grasping air. Insert clip of Iverson's crossover on Jordan. It wasn't just a move, it was a manifesto. Respect wasn't given, it was taken, but the criticism never stopped. The media dissected his every move, his practice habits, his outfits, his attitude. When NBA Commissioner David Stern introduced a dress code in 2005, many thus saw Iverson's style as the target. The league wanted suits and smiles. Iverson gave durags and defiance. Fans in Philly loved him for it, chanting AI as he dove for loose balls. His body bruised, but his spirit unbroken, yet the narrative persisted. He wasn't a leader, just a scorer. Too selfish, too raw. Then came the 2001 MVP season, a middle finger to the doubters. Iverson, leading a scrappy Sixers squad, carried them to the NBA Finals against the Shaq and Kobe Lakers dynasty. In Game 1, he dropped 48 points. His step-over of Tyronn Lue after a jumper becoming an anthem of defiance. Insert slow-mo clip of Iverson's step-over. That moment wasn't just a highlight. It was Iverson saying, "I belong, and you can't stop me." Fans erupted, seeing their underdog hero take on giants and win. But even that run didn't silence the critics. He wasn't polished enough, didn't play the corporate game. The practice rant in 2002 became his most misunderstood moment. Mocked as a meme, it's often stripped of context. Iverson's close friend had just died. The Sixers were fracturing. Reporters hounded him about missing practice, ignoring his grief. His response, "We talking about practice," wasn't a joke. It was raw pain. Insert clip of Iverson's rant. Fans who heard the full press conference felt his humanity, but the soundbite became a caricature, cementing his image as uncoachable. Iverson's loyalty to Philadelphia was unshakable. He played through injuries, gave his body to the city, and embraced its gritty spirit. Lesser-known stories reveal his heart. He'd slip into Philly's streetball courts, playing pickup with kids who saw him as one of their own. He quietly paid for teammates' medical bills, never seeking credit. Fans in the stands swapped tales of AI's late-night visits to local diners, joking with servers like family. But the NBA's boardrooms never warmed to him. He was too real, too unfiltered. As his career waned, the league seemed eager to move on. Iverson bounced from Detroit to Memphis, then back to Philly for a brief farewell. No grand exit, no farewell tour like Kobe's or Dwyane Wade's. He played in Turkey, chasing the game he loved before fading quietly. Fans lamented the lack of closure for a star who'd given so much. But Iverson didn't need ceremonies. He'd already left his mark. Post-retirement, the NBA began to see him clearly. Young stars like Kyrie Irving, Russell Westbrook, and Jay Morant cited Iverson as their blueprint, emulating his fearlessness and flair. Insert interview clip of Kyrie praising Iverson. His style, tattoos, braids, baggy clothes, once vilified, became the league's aesthetic. Fans now celebrated what the league once feared: authenticity. Iverson wasn't just a player, he was a pioneer, proving you could be yourself and still be great. His 2016 Hall of Fame induction was a reckoning. His speech, raw, tearful, unscripted, was Iverson unfiltered. Insert clip of Iverson's Hall of Fame speech. He thanked John Thompson for seeing a kid, not a convict. Larry Brown for pushing him through tough love. His Philly fans for loving him despite the labels. He choked up, not from sadness, but from relief. For once, he didn't have to fight for respect. The world had caught up. Fans watching felt the weight of his journey, a testament to resilience over rejection. Iverson's legacy isn't in stats or rings, it's in the doors he kicked open. He made it okay for players to wear their truth, speak their mind, and play with heart over height. He was the bridge between street ball and the NBA, between the hood and the hardwood. Every undersized guard who dares to dream big carries his echo. He showed a generation that greatness isn't about fitting in. It's about standing out even when the world pushes back. Iverson didn't just fight for respect. He redefined it. He turned defiance into a legacy, authenticity into armor. He wasn't perfect, but he was real. Flawed, bruised, beautiful. A hero for anyone who's ever been told they're not enough. He didn't ask to be understood, only to exist. And in existing, he changed the game forever. So, let's hear it. Is AI the most influential undersized guard ever? Drop your take in the comments. We're reading every one. If Iverson's raw, relentless journey hit you, smash that subscribe button and join DunkCourt for more untold NBA stories, rivalries, and legends who reshaped the game. AI didn't just play basketball, he lived it. Let's keep that fire alive.